Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. My name is Erin, and today's video is an episode of Hashtag Friday Sews, the awesome hashtag started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, where we talk a little bit about life inside and outside of the sewing room. I am back in Mississippi. It is a kind of dreary day, but back in Mississippi, I got home last Sunday, and it is so nice to be back with my family and back into my sewing room, sort of. I have not been in there a whole lot, but something very exciting did happen in the sewing room. I got a serger. I don't want to actually yell, but excited yell. Yeah, I got a serger. So I've been playing around with that a little bit, and I'll show you what I've been working on with my new serger. I am doing this in my car because I just dropped Brady off at the Y. They do date night child watch a couple times a month, and this is our first time doing it, so she'll be there for 4 whole hours, and we have 4 whole hours to have a date. I'm just waiting for Adam to get here from work, and we're gonna go have dinner and some drinks together. We're kind of belatedly celebrating our anniversary and Valentine's Day. But I was sitting here and I was about to start working on my cross stitch, but I decided to take this opportunity to film my Friday sews, and then I will make sure I have good video and pictures later to insert, hopefully. I am going to try to do this in as coherent of a manner as possible, but I cannot promise anything. I want to talk about what I did sewing wise, and then some of my other little crafty bits, maybe. I don't know, let's just see how this unfolds. Join me on this journey of what I've been up to. So I was in Texas and I was at my mom's house. I had access to a sewing machine there, but I did not do a whole lot of sewing. I got a couple more blocks made for my floral rail fence ripple. I think I got 4 or 5 of the blocks made, and then I kind of talked about it. I did one Friday sews while I was there. I kind of talked about it. I just wanted stuff that I could pick up and put down easily. So I have updates on those projects, cross stitch and knitting, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about sewing first. Right before I left, I started a sweatshirt from a McCall's pattern. I was making a wearable toile because I got this really cool terry cloth from Hobby Lobby that has flowers cut into it. I'll insert a picture because I think it is so rad. It is the definition of rad to me. And I want to make kind of a lightweight pullover out of it, but I wanted to obviously make a wearable toile first. I say obviously, like I always do that. I don't, but I really want this to be a good sweatshirt type thing. So I want to do it diligently, correctly, the right way. I used sweatshirt fabric that I got from Fabric Mart Fabrics back in November. It is kind of shiny on the outside, which I don't love. The inside is very cozy. It's kind of shiny on the outside. So I think it'll be cozy, it'll work, but it's definitely not my favorite fabric ever. So it was a really good option to make this wearable toile out of. The pattern is McCall's 8070. It has a hoodie option. It is unisex. I did view A, which does not have the hood, and then I used the pockets from view C, which I do think these are somewhat unique and are fun. They have a kangaroo pocket option, but then this one is like a crescent. I don't know. Yeah, it's like an arch here. You sew it in the side and have side seam pockets, essentially. You'll see when I include the footage of me wearing it, which I really like. I don't think I will use those for the final version, just because I don't know how much I'll actually use them. They're kind of high, and I do want to shorten the bodice the next time I make it. I actually kind of want to shorten it all around. Things to say about it: the pattern pieces fit really well. There was no issue with the pattern. I didn't do the hood, but everything fit together absolutely fine. Nothing was an issue. No complaints whatsoever. I did do this before I got my serger. So, okay, well, here we go. I did a lightning stitch or a zigzag stitch. I kind of was over it when I got back. I just kind of wanted it to be done, and by that point I'd already ordered the serger. So I was like, well, I'll just do a quick zigzag stitch, a narrow zigzag, and I want to do on all of the cuffs and stuff to do another line of stitching to reinforce it. But I was like, oh, I won't do that because I'll just serge over it when I get my serger. Like I in my head was like, oh, just to serge over it when I get my serger. Like I've done it a million times when I've done it 0 times. And some spots it's like 6 layers of really thick sweatshirting. And the seams were already sewn together. So it's not even like it was a smooth thing. Anyway, I don't know why in my head I could just serge right over it magically. And then even as I finished it up and I was looking at where the seams joined, I was like, oh, how am I going to do that? I'll handle that problem later. Well, the time came. My serger came in. I was trying to do it. Now it's kind of a massacred mess on the inside. So I will, depending how much I want to wear it, I'll go back through and do the second line of stitching and the trimming and stuff like that. But even now, it's going to be a mess because I already sewed all of the stuff together. It's just going to be a mess. I'll wear it. Are you watching me think through how much of a mess I made of this right now? Without unpicking, there's no recovering. That's fine. They're just wide seams. It just has the whole 5/8 of an inch still there, so I didn't trim any of it. I could go back in and trim it. And actually the cuffs I can reinforce. I did the neckband. I did do 2 lines of stitching on the neckband. And I can do the cuffs. I don't know why I didn't think I could. I will at least serge those. Okay, well, thank you for coming along that journey with me now that we figured it out. I am going to make the sweatshirt again out of that Hobby Lobby terry that I talked about. The adjustments I'm going to make are mostly in the length. I'll try to show you in the video, but it comes to like mid-butt on me. And I recently kind of had the aha moment and came to the realization that I don't find that flattering on me. I used to always think I wanted things to cover my butt or come down over my butt, but you know what happens? It just gets stuck on my butt. Like no matter what I do, I just end up with fabric sitting like right on the shelf there. And I think it accentuates my butt and not in a flattering way. Whereas I have found if I wear something that's high hip or hits like just above where my butt goes out, it accentuates it in a nicer way than just pulling up and sitting on my butt. So I would like to shorten it. I don't remember exactly how much. I think 1 inch or 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. It was kind of a lot to get it more to that high hip. And then the sleeves were a little long, kind of like comfy cozy long, but I do want to shorten them by about 1 inch. And the shoulder, I want to do a narrow shoulder adjustment just to bring it to actually sit on my shoulder, because right now it's falling like just off, which it's a sweatshirt. It doesn't need to be like the most pristine fit ever. But one of my goals this year is to work on fitting. And I really, really want to make this really cool sweatshirt. So I want to put the time into at least trying to do it, once again, correctly. So I think that is all I have to say about McCall's 8070. That is all I did. Oh, that's not all I did for sewing. I got my serger and I was playing around on it as one does. And I made 3 pillowcases. One of my other goals this year is to sew for charity. And I have been making Project Dresser Girl dresses, but I had not started the second charity I wanted to sew for, which is Ryan's Case for Smiles. And they donate pillowcases to children that are in the hospital. So I made 3 on my serger last night. The most time consuming part was cutting. It was amazing to just be like, and it's so satisfying to also cut the fabric off. Mildly terrifying, but also very satisfying. So I had so much fun doing that yesterday. And yeah, that's it. That is all I've sewn. I've started cutting out, I guess we'll move into plans. I started cutting out a rain suit for Brady. I bought the fabric a couple months ago and I've had the pattern even longer. And it's raining currently. It's been kind of dreary here. And I just all the time, not all the time, but when it rains, I'm like, man, I should make her that rain suit. And I figure I should actually make it at some point. So I started cutting that out. And then I cut out wipes because we use cloth wipes for her diapers, the poop situation. because we also use cloth diapers, so we just wash them all together, spray them off, and wash them together. You do not need to know this much about how I do my laundry, but I do want you to know I don't put poop in my washing machine, just to clarify, because that would be yucky. Anyway, so we've done that since she was born, basically. We've used cloth wipes, and I have wanted to have cloth wipes for the table and our, eating situation since she started Solid, so a year ago. But the cloth wipes my mom made for me are 2 layers, and she stitched them, flipped them, then top stitched them. They're very nicely done, and that double ply is real nice for the booty. It gives my hand added protection when doing the cleaning. It's not too thick to get in and clean everywhere. But for the table, I wanted them to just be a single layer and be able to get like between her fingers and more around her nose and stuff. Mostly between the fingers is what I wanted it to be, really pliable. And I'm not so worried about getting poop on me in that situation. I'm actually not worried at all about getting poop on me in that situation. So I have flannel. I cut out flannel, and they are going to be, I think I cut like 8 by 10, so kind of big. But that's about how big the disposable wipes are that we use. They all like come folded. So I'm making those. I'm going to just do them on the serger is my plan. I think I'm going to try a rolled hem. I'm going to use it as the opportunity to try a rolled hem. So I'm going to work on those, and then I think I'm going to start working on my McCall's pants. The color blocked McCall's pants that I got embroidered denim and some really bright chino for, because I want to make them, first of all. And second of all, my birthday is in 2 weeks, so they're probably not going to be done for my birthday. But instead of a birthday dress, I was like, oh, I can make fun birthday pants as my like, ooh, I'm 30 now, fun pants. I don't need a reason to make them, but it just felt right. So I am going to start working on those next week if I have time. I think that is it. That is plenty of plans. There are more in my head that I want to get to, and I will probably do something completely different than what I just talked about. But that's what I am focusing on right now. Focus is a loose word. A quick update on my other little crafty bits is I frogged the golden coin dishcloth twice. I talked about my gauge being off 2 weeks ago in my video. So I undid it, and then I messed up the pattern the second time. My stitch count got off somewhere. So I did that, and now on the third go, I think it is going pretty well. So that is relatively on track. I started a sweater for Brady. I'm making a 4T. She is a year and a half, so I've given myself plenty of time to make this happen, because it's a 4T and it's also an oversized fit that they made for children to grow into. It's a free pattern from Lion brand yarns that I found online somewhere, and it's called the Rainbow Stripes or just Stripes pullover. I'll find it and link it. I thought it was a good way for me to add some new skills without having to worry too much about a certain type of stitch, because it's just a stockinette. But I got to learn how to add colors in, and then I did ribbing, which I already knew how to do. I'll learn how to add a neckband, how to add sleeves, how to sew it all together. So good skills there without too much challenge, I think. So I have been working on that. The back is pretty much done. I just think I need to knit about 2 more inches to make it the correct length, and then I'll move on to doing the front. And then after that is when we start, leveling up with putting the shoulders and stuff on. So that's that. And then cross stitch, my little spring tree is coming along so well. I did a lot of cross stitching the last week I was in Texas, because I want to get it done for March. I don't know if I will. It's only 2 weeks away, and there's still there's a lot left to do. I'm about a quarter of the way done with it, maybe a little more. So but that is going really well. It's turning out really cute. I have not much to say in terms of life. And Brady was so happy to have me home. Adam was so happy to have me home. I am so happy to be home. Brady has been doing a lot of miss you, mama. Miss, because she can't really say missed. She's a year and a half old, so she doesn't quite understand past tense. So she looks at me and she'll go, miss you, mama. Miss you, mama. And it's heartbreaking, but also incredibly cute. So we have just been attached at the hip. Adam and I have been spending quality time together since I got back when we can. As in when he gives me a hug if Brady isn't demanding a hug, which is, I've been very hugged this week and it's lovely. But yeah, so now we're just back to everyday life and it's really nice. And I think Adam should be here soon. So we're going to have our little celebratory date and I'll include some pictures of that. We did get a membership to the aquarium here this week, and we already went twice because Brady she's a toddler, so she loves animals. She's really into sea life, which I think we kind of put on her because we made her room sea life themed. So we've gone twice, which is very fun. And yeah, story time, groceries, all the normal things we do together. It's just fun to have my little pal back and for us to be hanging out together again. Yeah, it's great. It's really lovely to be home. I'm hopefully going to get back in the groove with sewing and filming and everything. So that is all I have for this week. I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Let me know what you're up to, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.